NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. This defense for the Titans, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down. Straight ahead, Etienne. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Looking to throw, Lawrence. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Jaguars had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
They go play action with Lawrence. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. And the Titans are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. I'm not sure that you can say that the rain caused that interception, but look, it's clear that throwing the football is going to be tough in these conditions.
No doubt about it, and different quarterbacks handle it different ways. Some guys think the rain isn't a big deal, but wind affects them a little bit more. But you have to wonder, will these conditions hold scoring down? Are we going to have like a 9-6 type of a game? And then the pressure goes on the punters, who often hold for field goal attempts. Can they handle the snap and get the ball down so they can kick it?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Going right back to Akers. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 3rd down, it's Willis. That's complete to Treylon Burks. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Jags are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. They go play action now. Lawrence. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
This is intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his second interception.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chad Muma, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Willis now off play action. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. Now a 3rd down throw, and it misses the target, incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
After the sack on 1st down, Lawrence. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 2nd quarter now. Titans in possession of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll run here with Akers. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I's, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before, getting his feet down.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Robert Tonyan, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Titans post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On second down, Etienne once more. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now Lawrence to throw on second down. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. They'll go again here with Akers. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
The Titans on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Willis on the bootleg. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And that is no good. And this will remain a one-touchdown game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Now ETN to start the drive. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
This is caught by Evans. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football.
So first thing crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this one is incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. In motion, the tight end. 2nd and 10 now. It's Lawrence. He'll drop that underneath to ETN. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
Now Lawrence on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20. They'll run on first down with Akers. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Play fake. Here's Willis. They'll roll him out right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. On second down, ETN once more. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Lawrence will throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. Second half, close game, and we're certainly seeing some exciting plays, but it's really been the defensives. That's now back-to-back drives that have ended with interceptions.
Yeah, the guys on the other side of the ball.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. K'Lavon Chaisson, the former first-rounder, in there to get the sack.
It's certainly going to be a lot tougher adding a touchdown to that lead now since they're facing 2nd and 20-plus. Big-time sack to start the drive and put the opponent way back. Let's see what kind of play call they come up with here.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's...
Willis takes a hit and the ball is free. And the Jags grab it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Off the option, here's Akers. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Cam Akers, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Lawrence. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is... Now it's 2nd and 9. Now Lawrence to throw. And now here is another interception. Trey Flowers picks it. 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove. And what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
Okay, ready?
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And this offense on third down today, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Lawrence, and able to find Kirk complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's Lawrence to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
So no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. And one more time, here's Kirk. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, They've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Down.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. Oh, he's got some, and now off to the races down the right side. The 20. Touchdown, Titans. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Flush to his right. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Now Lawrence. Got a man. It's Gibson complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking for Campbell downfield. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. Well, this was a very...